Hello guys, so it's actually a nice day outside. I'm gonna go through a list of some perfume that I like. So these are my current favorite perfumes. One thing to keep in mind, these are not my all-time favorite. These are just currently what I'm really feeling and into at the moment. I could list my all-time favorites, like stuff that I'm gonna come back to, but the phase that I'm in right now, this is what I'm into. Okay, so first is Silver Musk by Nasamato. If you look on Fragrantica, it's only really got one note, so I'm going to do my best to kind of describe the smell of this. So it's got white musk, it's got like these clean woods, cedar, and ambroxan. Um, Now, in my opinion, it's not really that musky of a fragrance. I find this to be more like clean woods and ambroxan. I would describe the smell of this to be more like Percival or like YSL L'Homme Ultime. If you smell L'Homme Ultime, it's got like that little bit of a gingery, woody, clean, sparkling smell to it. So it's very clean, effervescent. It's got that almost like Percival Fierce kind of DNA, but not really as soapy powdery. It is definitely more on the woody side. Um, so I can't really say much more about that, but if you want like a nice, clean, simple, basic smell that no one else is really wearing, that's a really good one. And I think it is an extrait, so while you would think the performance is good, it's actually doesn't perform that well, but it is an extrait, so you do get like I think only 30 ml bottles of this stuff. But I would assume, like, I don't have a bottle of this. I would assume the staying power is better than an EDT or something like that. So yeah, can't really say much more about that because I don't have a full bottle of this. I just really like the smell of this stuff. Like, I just recently tested this for the second time in Noah showroom in Melbourne. So next is Jo Malone, Cypress and Grapevine. This stuff's really addictive. It's got cypress, grapevine leaf, and woods. But the smell of this, again, it's like a little bit in that, I want to say Percival kind of family. It's got like that Parfums de Marly Percival smell to it. But this is obviously it is still different. It is woody. It's very clean. It's very masculine. It's got like this, I want to say like birchwood, but I don't think it is birchwood. It's definitely like there is some sweetness to it, so I don't know what that ingredient is that's making it sweet. But again, like a little bit like soapy, woody, musky, like that kind of Percival smell. So while it's not a clone, you probably wouldn't say they smell the same. I do think they smell it similar. I also get like um, almost like an apple or something in the opening of that fragrance. I don't know if there's apple in it, but there is something sweet, which I think is probably apple. I can't say because Fragrantica doesn't really give you much notes. I'm not on Fragrantica, by the way. This is just my list of stuff that I've written to make this video quicker. So I'm just going to go through this video pretty fast. Next is Bond Number 9, Coney Islands. So the notes are lime, tequila, melon, guava, caramel, dark chocolate, cinnamon, cedar, musk vanilla, and sandalwood. But I would say ignore that note breakdown. It just smells like salty lime with like this aquatic kind of DNA to it. So it is very much like a tequila lime, salty, aquatic fragrance. Very citrusy, but there's something very addictive to it. I don't know if it's the ambroxan or something in there, but it is like it's got this very addictive quality, and it does still have its own identity. I don't really think it smells that close to the other citrusy aquatic fragrances out there. So this stuff is expensive. It's hard to get. It's pretty hard to actually find because it's always sold out. Or I don't know if they discontinued it, but I can't seem to find a bottle anywhere. But I've been wanting this stuff for years now since I tried it, and it's just like, one, it's expensive. Two, it's just impossible to find. But it smells really good, so I definitely need a bottle of this stuff whenever I can. So next is by Byredo. This is the Boulder Freak Absolute. Now, if you know me, been watching these videos, you know Musk Therapy was like one of my favorites, and then I actually was wearing Boulder Freak as a signature scent for a while, and I went through a bottle of Boulder Freak in like a couple of months, like just smashed through a 100 ml bottle of that stuff. So obviously the Absolute is going to be one of my favorites as well. I wanted something that smells just like that, but something a little bit different, seeing as I've already got Musk Therapy and I've already gone through like a bottle of Boulder Freak. So um, the Absolute is perfect. It's got like something different to it, which like is quite sweet. So the notes are black currant, praline, bergamot, lemon, violet, musk, cedar, and vetiver. I do really appreciate the black currant praline in this one because I feel like it makes it a little bit closer to musk therapy with that black currant. The praline adds some sweetness where the other Boulder Freak was too sour from like I don't know if there's whatever citrus they were using in the original Boulder Freak, it was too sour. So I wanted them to kind of soften that out a little bit, and they did with like the musks, the violet, the praline here, and they did a really good job. But I feel like the dry down of this leans a little bit too much towards the Baccarat Rouge 540 area. So this is also like Wilhelm Schmilka. It's got a little bit of that, like, I don't want to say Baccarat Rouge 540 because that is what everyone compares it to, but that saffron note that is in all of those Baccarat Rouge style fragrances, that saffron that's really sweet, that's what I get in this. I think it is probably the praline or whatever that does that, but this is still a nice fragrance. It's really good. So if you smell this, I feel like anyone's going to like the smell of it, and it is unisex as well. So yeah, if that makes any difference. A lot of these are going to be unisex. If they're not, I will mention if they're masculine or not. So Cypress and Grapevine is masculine, but the other ones, yeah, you could definitely get away with those. So the next one is Diptyque L'Eau Papier. So one thing I like about this fragrance is it smells very unique. There is some kind of fragrances that are a little bit similar, like those rice fragrances out there, like Born to Stand Out Dirty Rice. There's that Denim White Rice. There's like a couple of rice style fragrances that are very similar. So it just has that white rice kind of smell to it. But I like this one because it's a little bit muskier and it smells a little bit more like paper, like the name says, L'Eau Papier. It's got a little bit of more of a woodiness to it. This one's musk, mimosa, sesame, and woods. But the smell, like I said, cross between like rice and paper, a little bit powdery as well. This one is, I feel like there may even be something very slightly floral to this, but nowhere near like White Rice or Dirty Rice by Born to Stand Out. So if there is any florals, it's probably like a really light peony or something that's very faint in here, or like a white floral or something. This is super addictive to me. Quite a dangerous fragrance to smell when you're on a low budget at the moment, because you just want to break your wallet open and buy it immediately. For me though, I didn't have the money. Luckily, I didn't have the money at the time to buy this stuff, so I don't have a bottle of this either. A lot of these are fragrances that I really want and I don't own yet. So there is potential for my opinion to change if I get a full bottle and start wearing it, and then I will have probably a different opinion on them. But for now, these are like must-haves for me. Like I like them. So the next is Histoires de Parfum 1725. Never heard anyone even mention this fragrance or talk about it at all. I don't even think anyone knows this stuff exists. But this is pretty much, I'll say what it smells like first and then the notes. The reason I'm going to do that is because the notes do not reflect anything of what this smells like. So I feel like I should say what it actually smells like first. So 1725, it's got like this baby wipe smell, right? Which doesn't really intrigue you as that good. Lots of people aren't into that baby wipe smell, but I personally think it smells very clean. A baby wipe is associated with being very clean, so it's got like this powderiness, this baby wipe smell. The opening is too citrusy. Actually, I don't like the opening of this. It's like grapefruit that's super strong. Like it's like grapefruit times 100. Um, and lots of people don't like grapefruit, but the dry down is amazing. So this is where I like the fragrance in the dry down. First couple of hours of even trying this stuff, I did not like it within the first few hours. And the dry down just got me. I was like, okay, I understand. This is just really good. Um, the only fragrance I could really compare it to is F Black by Ferragamo. It's got that baby wipe smell, like that cardamom powderiness to it. But let's go over the notes now, and you'll see why you're a little bit confused. Because the notes are licorice, citruses, grapefruit, lavender, star anise, vanilla, almond, sandalwood, amber, and cedar. You don't smell any licorice or star anise, at least I don't. I personally am sensitive to those notes, and I hate those notes in a fragrance, so if I just read the notes, I would not even try this stuff. Luckily, I didn't read the notes first, and it doesn't smell like that to me. But I think the soapiness is probably lavender. This is quite a soapy baby wipe smell. So lavender, maybe like with F Black as well, it gives you a little bit of that soapy baby wipe smell to it. I just think this is a clean smelling fragrance. The opening reminds me of Montebaco Verano by Ormond Jean, or what's that other really grapefruit one? Oh, I think it was Penguin by Zoologist. Yeah, so Penguin from Zoologist has got a little bit of that same sour opening, right? So let's go into the next fragrance. This is by Parley de Moy, and it's called Wake Up World. I don't want to call this a dupe or a clone, but it is pretty much a DNA that's already been done before. So if you like Xerjoff Uden or Chanel Allure Homme, any of those kind of fragrances, Bond Number 9 Lafayette Street, Nico Sculpture, Dunhill Desire Red, Montals, Woods and Spices, Penhaligon's Andy Meon. This is that same DNA. But this has probably done the best so far. Like, in my opinion, this may be the best take on that. So this has green apple. It's got dihydromercenol, which is a synthetic molecule, but I just know myrcene is like a terpene found in mango. But I don't know what dihydromercenol is. I think it's probably related to myrcene, like the terpene that's in there. So it might be an ester or a terpene or something, or it might just be a synthetic molecule supposed to smell like myrcene. But anyway, it's got green apple, it's got citruses, Turkish rose, ambroxan, ambergris, vanilla, tonka styrax, but the smell is more citrusy, vanilla, musky. So citrus, vanilla, musky with that tonka smell to it. I do get a little bit of that green apple, so the green apple is really nice. It's got that Lafayette Street DNA to it as well, which also has green apple. So if you like Xerjoff Uden or Chanel Allure Homme, any of those, this is the one you should definitely try. The performance of this stuff is crazy. Like, it's just on paper. I did like one spray on paper, and I think in that same day I had tested like 10 other fragrances, and the one fragrance that just lasted forever, the longest, was this one. So it beat out a lot of those Middle Eastern spicy oud fragrances, which you know how strong they can be. This lasted longer than that. So performance is definitely good with this stuff. That's all I can say. So next is, actually, I think it's an older fragrance, but I was kind of new to this because I thought it was a girl's fragrance for a long time. But this is Givenchy Linter D Absolute. I smelled this stuff in store, and I was like, it's a bit feminine. It smells a bit like a girl's perfume. But then the dry down got me, and then I kept testing it a couple more times, and now I really like this stuff. So I'm quite addicted to it, but it wasn't a love at first sniff for me. So this has got cardamom, tuberose, jasmine, orange blossom, tobacco, tuberose, jasmine, orange blossom, tobacco, rum, lavender, neroli, vetiver. In my opinion, this is musky, powdery, vanilla-y, with those white florals to it. I don't really get tobacco rum or anything, but I would say the tobacco in this, if you are looking for it, is more of a dry, like a dry smell, if that makes sense. So it gives off like a dry grassiness. So I don't know if that is the vetiver and tobacco doing that, or if it's just the vetiver, but this has a little bit of that earthy, dry, grassy, woody, almost slightly bitter smell. But I wouldn't say it's like a typical tobacco smell. It's barely even noticeable, honestly. To me, I just get pretty much like powdery, tuberose, jasmine, orange blossom, vanilla, tonka, musk. Even though some of those notes aren't even listed, that's what I smell in this. And yeah, it is, I would say, completely unisex, just because of how feminine it smells, but then the dry down as well. It's got enough in there to lean for men. Like I know a lot of men that personally actually like this stuff and wear this stuff, which is why I pretty much tried it after so many years of putting it off. Anyway, next is Memo Ocean Leather. Um, this is pretty much Acqua di Gio Profondo. Wait, Profumo? Profondo? Yeah, Profondo. So this got, well, again, the notes of this don't reflect the smell at all, but this has got mandarin, basil, violet sage, elemi, cedar, leather, nutmeg, vetiver. I don't really get much leather in this. I think it's more of an aquatic, salty niche. So if you're looking for a nice niche aquatic that smells like Acqua di Gio, that isn't Acqua di Gio, Memo Ocean Leather is definitely that. So yeah, that's all I can say is I like this because for a niche fragrance, there is a lot of beginners that are gonna wanna start trying niche fragrances, and you need these entry level fragrances for people that are making the transition from designer to niche. You need to give them something easy to get into that house first. So if you just went in and tried like African leather or something like that from Memo, it might be a bit challenging for you. You may be scared of that house after trying that. You may be like, I'm a bit scared of trying anything else from this house now. But if you went and tried Ocean Leather first, then you'd be like, oh, this is good. And then you try French Leather. Oh, that's nice. There's a little bit of a rose and leather combination with this citrus. So French Leather is another good one. If you do get a chance to try that, give that one a try. So next, Fragrance du Bois Tropiques. So this got a lot of hate actually on Fragrantica by niche snobs. So that's the problem when you get into niche, especially a house like Fragrance du Bois that's kind of built their identity on that niche kind of smell that everyone loves. I know it's really popular in Dubai and stuff like that, but Fragrance du Bois, I respect them because they have a mix between these entry level fragrances, and then they have this stuff for the niche snobs that want something nicer. But this is like a fruity, really easy to love fragrance, tropical fruits, citrus, mahonial, which is supposed to smell like a flower or a lily or something. There's lavender, rose, musk, and caramel in this. But to me, this is just the perfect tropical fragrance you've been looking for. If you want a tropical fragrance, and nothing really scratches that itch. You've tried Herba Pura. I don't like Herba Pura. You try God of Fire. I don't like the cinnamon or the oud in that. You try something else like Virgin Island water or something. Nah, it's not really my kind of thing. So you want something tropical, but done really good. Like obviously there's like the Kajal fragrances, there's Dahab, there's Icon, there's Lamar. This is better. I'm gonna say I think this is better than the Kajal fragrances, and you know how much I love the Kajal fragrances too. So this is like just a little bit. So people are gonna say it's basic. I feel like there's still no fragrances that smell exactly like this yet. So for a tropical fragrance, yes, I definitely have to get a bottle of this stuff, and it's unisex as well. Oh yeah, and Memo Ocean Leather. I just wanted to say that is masculine, so that one I wouldn't consider unisex, even though it is marketed as unisex. I would just say Ocean Leather is more masculine. Keep that in mind. So yeah, the next one I've got two more to go through on this list. Next is Luxuria by Memoirs London. This is pretty much a Xerjoff Uden style fragrance. I talked about it in previous videos, but I'll just go over the wait, did I say Xerjoff Eden? I meant Xerjoff Lyra, sorry. A Xerjoff Lyra style fragrance. This has got raspberry, currant leaf, ylang ylang tuberose, lily of the valley, vanilla, suede, and musk. If you're looking for that gourmand style, acro bake style fragrance, Xerjoff Lyra, something that's like that. It gives you the sense of like lemon meringue or a lemon pie or something like that. This is it. This has got that lemon cookie, lemon pie, lemon meringue, edible gourmand smell to it. So whatever that is that you're looking for, that lemon creaminess, that creamy vanilla-y smell, this is it. Okay, so I don't know how to describe it besides just a citrusy gourmand, but yeah, this is the citrusy gourmand that I like to recommend to people these days over Lyra and stuff like that, because I feel like there's like Dolce and Gabbana Devotion and stuff, which is quite similar. The Devotion for girls. This being a niche, obviously no one's wearing this one because it is a niche and no one's really heard about it. So I would say maybe go with the niche version. So people are going to be like, that smells good, but no one's going to know what you're actually wearing. And you can kind of gatekeep that, gatekeep it, yeah. Or it could be your own signature scent, something like that no one else is really wearing. So next, the last one on the list is Tom Ford's Soleil Neige or Soleil Neige EDP. I can never pronounce that, but let's just say Soleil Neige or Neige EDP. So not the Parfum one, but this is citrusy, white florals, orange blossom, jasmine, rose, benzoin, vanilla, musk, carrot seeds. The smell of this is like a white cloud, like a fluffy marshmallow or a cloud or a cotton or something. It's got like this white, fluffy, cloudy like feel to it, and I feel like the guy that made it, I think he was supposed to be like reminded of the mountains or something, like the white mountains, and he wanted to capture that white kind of feeling. Um, and it definitely has that white smell. I don't know what it is, how you would describe the smell of white, but if you just took all the white things like white florals, musk, you took vanilla, you took I don't know, all the white things, and you put them together, like you would get that kind of smell. So to me, this is just musky, white floral, a little bit powdery. Um, so it is very much more of a feminine scent. But to me, I just am so addicted to this stuff. So like, if you are a girl, I would say yes, get this one. If you're a guy, you may want to test this before being like blind by or anything because it does lean feminine. But if you are a guy, this stuff has that quality to it, like Musk Therapy does. It's a little bit similar to Musk Therapy, where people that smell it get really addicted to it, and it has like that aphrodisiac kind of quality as well, where it puts you in that kind of like, it flicks that switch where it's like, oh, this is a little bit erotic, this is a little bit sexual, like, because, and also calming and relaxing too. So if you have anxiety, get stressed really easy, that white cloud like floaty kind of feeling, it's like very relaxing and soothing, and it's hard to describe fragrances like these that do more than just smell good. They actually put you in these moods, and that's what I think a good fragrance should do as well. It should put you in this mood. Um, with that said, if you try the parfum first, you may not like it because there's something in the opening of the parfum that's a little bit off-putting, but it takes a little bit until you get used to that smell. And the dry down is just really good after that. So if you can get through that little bit of there's like a little bit of a bitterness in the opening. I think it's the carrot seeds or something, but that goes away pretty quickly, and then it smells good from then on, right? So this is why I recommend the EDP, because it just smells better from the opening to dry down. The parfum's still good. It's still the same DNA. It still smells the same, but there's that extra thing in there in the parfum that I feel like didn't really work as good as the EDP. So with that said, I'm going to end the video here before I go on for too long. Thank you for watching, and have a lovely day. Try some of these fragrances. Don't blind buy anything, even though I love all of these. I would probably still never recommend blind buying, just because it's a stupid idea. Like, what I like isn't what everyone else is going to like. But I try to always keep in mind, if I'm recommending something to people, or even if I'm going to wear something for myself, I also want to smell good to other people as well. So I do feel like the majority of fragrances on this list will smell good to other people, but that doesn't mean it's a blind buy. But it doesn't mean that they're offensive fragrances either. Like, I feel like they're all very likable to pretty much anyone. So I could take these fragrances to the street and be like, do you want to smell this? Do you like it? Let me know what you think. They may not love some of them, but you're not going to get these bad, ill reactions from really any of them. So that's always what I look for. Something that's going to kind of please everyone or not really offend anyone. So yeah, have a lovely day, guys. Peace.